Hello students.
Hello, sir.
So welcome to the lecture. Today we are going to discuss about the design thinking video on electric vehicle design. Right. So we always discuss about electric vehicle because as we are automobile engineers and we are planning for the future, right? So there are many technologies involved, right? And today we are going to discuss about the electric vehicle design. So before into the electric vehicle design, we must know the need of the electric vehicle. That is why we discuss first, right? That is what the thing we have to discuss first. In order to reduce the pollution and in order to balance the energy demand, right? So if you see, there are many things, right? And if you see the recent war between US, the United States of America, Israel and Iran, right? So what happened is many of the oil wells got attacked, right? Many of the oil plants got attacked. So what happened is the supply of fuel, that is fuel means you can see the crude oil, right? So the LPG, LNG, whatever the thing, there is a block in supply of the things, right? And what happened is the price of the fuel got high in countries such as United States of America, right? So that is what the big thing. And other point of view, if you see, there are many pollutions, right? We have discussed the same thing in case study earlier, right? And today we are going to discuss about the electric vehicle. So this is what the thing to promote electric vehicles, right? So in order to balance the pollution and the demand, everything, we have to switch it over to reduce reduction of pollution and as well as adoption of electric vehicles, right? So the electric vehicle design is very much important, right? So let us see the empathy part of the electric vehicle. So the electric vehicle have the powertrain and the drivetrain. So what in by powertrain and what in by drivetrain?
3.
So now I am here to explain about the powertrain and drivetrain. So first let me explain about the powertrain. The powertrain, which means nothing but fossil fuels. Fossil fuels we use in the IC engine, but in the powertrain where we use as a battery, which is an electric source and an energy source to run an entire vehicle. So that contains of the multiple components like battery components and BMS, and then electrical control unit, and then electrical motor, and then other powertrain systems, and then suspension system and other conditions. Now let me move on to the next, which is a drivetrain. Drivetrain, which means how the energy from the battery is supplied to the wheels through any medium. For example, power from the battery is transferred to the alternate inverter where the AC is converted to DC, and then it is converted to the motor. When the motor rotates, the wheel rotates. When the wheel rotates, vehicle starts to run. That is the meaning of the powertrain and drivetrain.
So as Ashwin told about the powertrain and drivetrain, that is about the empathy part, and let us see about the definition part, right? So in order to design an EV, what are the things we must define, right? So let us hear it from Sudesh.
As I told you in the definition part of the electric vehicle, we use major systems like battery packs, motors, motor control units, controllers, power distribution unit, battery management system, thermal management system. These are the main defined systems of the electric vehicles. So these are the things.
So hello everyone, now we are going to see the ideal part. In ideal part, first we can see about the battery. Battery is nothing but it is the main component of the EV vehicle. The battery is the device which is store the electricity in a chemical form and change it into the electricity when needed. So commonly the lithium ion battery is one of the most battery used on EV vehicles. It is the most used battery in EV vehicles. The reason using the lithium ion is it has a good lifespan, and also it supports the fast charging, and also it was a reliable one. And then lithium polymer. These batteries are used in small medium vehicles like two-wheeler and some retrofitted vehicles. And then metal oxide batteries. These batteries are used in four-wheeler and also the heavy vehicles. The reason choosing these batteries are these batteries durability are high and it has high efficiency. Thank you.
D. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about the electric motor in the ideate part. We have already known about the in electric vehicle the electric motor which provides it converts electrical energy into rotational energy which drives the wheels. Electric motor while designing of EV we have to consider electric motor to the parameters of EVs. For the selection of electric motor for four-wheelers, there is permanent magnet synchronous motor which have been used in nowadays, which produce higher energy and more torque while going on hills. When we come to the two-wheeler side, BLDC, brushless DC motors have been used mostly. It does not have any brushes, so the more power will be produced from the electric motor. In the future, there is a electric motor now evolving now. The axial flux motor, it will be lightweight and more torque can be produced in the axial flux motor. We are aiming to integrate that axial flux motor in the EVs. Thank you.
The controller is the main thing in the electric motor. The controller is the main thing in electric vehicle. The controller acts like a brain. Controller is the main thing in electric vehicle. It acts like a brain, managing current flow from the battery to the motor, governor speed, accelerator, and torque. Thank you.
In electric vehicle, the BMS is a core part of the battery packs, so which acts like an input and output gateway, which acts like a gateway for the batteries. So which calculates the temperature, state of charge, state of health of the batteries throughout the control system. So this without the battery management system, a complete electric vehicle cannot be come out of the production. So which is a key parameter in the electric vehicle manufacturing. Thank you.
Yes, as of today's design thinking lecture, we have seen about the drivetrain and powertrain, batteries, motors, controllers, and the battery management. So these all form the entire system that is called as an electric vehicle. So this is how the stage by stage we form it as an electric vehicle, right? So the parameters chosen for the electric vehicle, that also depends upon the application. For example, if you are doing a design for a mining truck, means there only torque matters, right? Because the mines are so deep in below the earth surface, right? So it has to travel in the slope, right? So as well as it has to travel in the steep also, right? So downhill or uphill, right? So that there the torque matters, right? The amount, the load, the pulling capacity matters, right? And if you see the customer side application, only the number of people travel inside the vehicle as well as the capacity of the battery matters. So the EV vehicle, the electric vehicle design depends upon the application. Either we design for a commercial purpose or we design for the passenger purpose or whatever it remains, right? So the selection matters on the application. Whereas the components of the EV, as we discussed in today's lecture, they remain same, right? The battery, motor, controller, right? And the battery management system. So these are the essential components or main components that act as a major role in the electric vehicle segment, right? And we discuss about much in detail about the customer or commercial electric vehicle in detail in the upcoming lectures. Thank you.